Hello everybody, how's it going? There's something missing in the background. I don't know if you'll notice it while I talk here, but keep your eyes open and just see if you can catch it just for fun. Quick note, I did a video the other day on a little surgery to my brakes. I made a few mistakes and I had some people point that out to me, but I also had some really great people who took the time to contact me through private message and explain things to me in a very respectful way and a very understanding way, and I truly appreciate people who do that. It really warms your heart to know that there are people out there who you've made friends with who are looking out for you. And I want to thank Bill and I want to thank David. I do want to make a quick comment about that video as well, and that is it was not a how-to video. This is what you doing, Bob. It was what I was doing. And at the time, I was making a mistake. What I thought was a grease fitting is actually a brake bleed. And I had somebody who got a little crazy and said, hey, you've just contaminated your brake lines. You need to take it somewhere and have it cleaned out. And I want you to know that that's not the case. It's a brake bleed. As long as you don't loosen it up to bleed the brakes, nothing's going to get in. Yeah, I shot grease in it, but the grease just came out around the fitting of the grease gun, so I didn't contaminate the brakes. The rubbing has stopped. I had some concern about shooting the PB blaster on the piston. I want you to know it did not get on the brake shoe. It did not get on the disc. It simply got on the piston, and it loosened the piston up. And now what's happening is when I step on the brakes, my brakes are grabbing, and they're loosening up just enough to where I don't have that rub anymore. Thank goodness for that. Bill, one of the guys who contacted me through a personal message, noticed another sound, a very rhythmic sound. And I've been noticing that too. And he confirmed, or actually, I thought I might have knew what it was, but like I said, I'm no mechanic. He told me it was a CV joint, and that's what I was thinking. And after taking a closer look at it, it is a CV joint. I'm going to have to probably replace that soon. I will do some research on the internet before I go after that. But anyway, that's enough about that video. Remember, guys, this is not a how-to channel. This is a what I'm doing. It's just kind of a video log, and I'm going to make mistakes. Sometimes I'm going to look stupid when I do it, but you know what? When you put yourself out there, that's what happens. It's all in fun, and I hope you take it that way because that's the way I take it. Now, let's get back to what's missing. Those of you who are really observant will notice that right over here on the edge of the deck, there are no light boxes. Let me show you something. Here's my garage door, and above the door, I've got an 8-foot light. I've gone ahead and put the reflector on this side, but not on this side because you can see that wire hanging down. That's the power that's going to come in. Along this wall, let me get out from under this chain drive here. I've got another 8-foot light to light up all of my tools down this wall and to light up my little cabinets where I keep all of my nuts and bolts. And I have not put the reflectors on there because it needs to be wired up. What's going to happen is, over here on the edge of the deck, I'm going to put an outlet right there, sandwich it between the pole and the wall. You'll be able to flip it on. The wire or the conduit will go up the wall. It will come into this light fixture on this end, wire this fixture up, and then it will run through the light fixture. That little device right there has an in and out on it, so you can run these lights in series. And I'll come out of that light and I'll run some of that flexible conduit over to here and wire this light up. And at that point, I'll put the reflectors on the two lights and get the bulbs in. And I do have a box of bulbs up top. I've got another light here on my table saw that I've assembled, and it's ready to install, but I had one little problem. It's going to go above my table, and the fixture is 12 inches wide, so I need to be a little over 6 inches away from the wall. There is a joist that runs about 3 inches along the wall, and the next one is way out here next to my opening into my attic. So I'm going to have to go to the store tomorrow and buy some fittings. I'm sorry I said fittings. Buy some hooks that have toggles on the back so that I can drill a hole into the drywall, poke the bolt up through there, it will expand, and then I can tighten a hook of some sort to the drywall. And this light will be hung by chains. It's not very heavy, so it shouldn't put a lot of pressure on the drywall. At that point, I will run some electric over to it temporarily. I'm just going to plug it into that socket. There's enough slack in the cord where it will reach if the light's hanging down. So temporarily, I'll plug it in there so I can start using it. But the ultimate plan is to get a couple of outlets on my work table over here. And if I put, say, a double gang box over there, that'll give me 4 outlets. And then that light, I can put that on a 20 amp breaker and it should be plenty. I normally run 1 tool at a time in the shop. It's kind of hard to run 2 with the exception of maybe the shop vac or the dust collection system, but they'll be on a private circuit. I'm also going to start looking at where I want to put some other outlets in the shop. I don't really have a clue right now, but oh, one last thing. This is my lathe right here. I've got another 4-foot light that I plan to mount right up here. And I may go ahead and mount the one on my bench in that location because I do have 2 hooks that would work perfectly there. So I may do that tonight, but I'm about to wrap it up. It's getting kind of late. The kids have been studying for 2 tests they have tomorrow, and they're getting ready to go to bed. So I want to go in and spend a little time with them. I can hear them up in the rec room or up in the bonus room above the garage thumping around, which means they're done studying. And I want to get a chance to see them tonight, you know, because I didn't want to interfere with their studies because they were working together. They've got 2 tests, one in geography and one in social studies, I think. And they were working together, you know, quizzing each other. But it sounds like they're done. I can hear them up there running around. So I want to get in, hang out with them for a few minutes. And I probably will get back to this tomorrow night once I get some once I get some decent hooks. And I'm also going to attempt to get the flexible conduit. I've got plenty of wire. Bought that spool right there. It's close to 400 foot of wire. That's 12.3. I gave $30 for that from a guy. He bought it to wire his pole barn. Bought way too much. Didn't need it. I let the word out that I was looking for some wire. He goes, I got some. I want $30 for it. Sold. So I'm in great shape. I also, so I'm going to pick up some conduit and some boxes and some of the stuff I need so that I can, every chance I get out here and work on this, because I am really stoked about getting decent lighting in this shop because you can see how dark it is. And those 2 8-foot fixtures have 4 bulbs each, and these 2 4-foot fixtures have 4 bulbs each. So I'm going to have 16 T8 bulbs blasting out in this shop, and we are going to get some serious light, and I'm hoping that is going to give you some better video. You know, you'll be able to see things better, and it's going to help me with my filming and with being able to see and work on things in the shop. Well, this video got a little longer than I expected, so I apologize for that, but thanks for hanging out with me. Come back and see me again real soon, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. I know I had already closed this video down, but I went ahead and mounted the light above my lathe, and all I want to say is, let there be light. Check this out. Everything is extremely well lit. I can do away with this little light here. I can see great, and this is going to be amazing when it comes to filming all this flood of light. I'm temporarily running it with the power cord. I'm not sure if I'll dress the cord around and continue to use the switch to turn it on and off because it is kind of convenient, or if I'll run hard. I'll fill you guys in on that as I figure out exactly what I want to do. But hey, once again, thanks for hanging out with me, and we'll see you soon.